Hello and welcome to this video. So this is the practice that is correlating with the spirals and figure eight patterns. So we're going to use these kinds of motions to improve our vitality. It's a great practice to boost the energy throughout the day. So if you have 10 to 15 minutes, you can do this practice. If you have a little longer, there is an extended practice as well. So we're going to get right into it. We're going to start with tapping. So just forming a claw with your hands, tapping in the ribs, breathing out. In through the nose, out through the mouth. Purging breath, we're clearing any negative or stuck emotions. We're also tapping on the meridians here in this area. Just a few on each of these areas. We're going to start with, we're now going to form like a little point with your fingers, just like this. And we're going to start with that figure eight pattern. So it's going to go around the abdomen. I can just kind of feel your energy here. The hands actually are like a magnet for energy. So just imagine as if you can compare it to like when you take some filings and you have that little trick where you use the magnet under the piece of paper to move the magnetic filings around. This is what you're doing with your energy. We're using the figure eight pattern here. Beautiful, just feeling that. Is tapping on CB17 in the sternum, just in the middle here. Again, you can use that kind of beak with your hands. Get to do the purging breath. And some tapping like this, and let's massage it a little. So that is more in kind of the breastbone, in between the breast area is where CB17 is. And as we move up, we're going to go into this thymus tapping, which is a little higher up on the chest area. The thymus thump, you might know it as. If you feel any more of these areas need a little more attention, you can pause here and continue to do that. All this tapping energy is a good way of just like getting in touch with your body in general. So we have so much going on in our daily life that this is just kind of honing in our body and helping us also, while being beneficial by moving energy, it's just helping us kind of focus in more and draw in our attention more in these areas. Now again, with the beaks, we're going to cross the arms and tap on the kidney 27. So that's kind of just below the collarbone. Now we're going to go into the figure eight on the chest. So feeling that energy being led with your hand, guided through this figure eight pattern. Stay here and just feel that energy moving. Begin tapping with your fingertips on ST1 and 2, the stomach 1 and 2 on the cheekbones. Bring it up to the third eye, or yin tang. Getting in connected with more the intuitive side. Trust in yourself. Trust in your ability. Now bringing it up to by way, tapping on the top of the head. So this is our connection to the heavens, to maybe downloads or insights. And let's stop there and just give it a nice little massage on the top of the crown. Massaging by way. And then again, figure 8 above the crown. Start to feel your energy kind of reorganizing, resetting back to your natural patterns, back to the patterns of the earth, harmony above and below. Okay, let's just feel that for a moment. So now we're going to move into that bilateral or the homolateral movement. So we're going to start with the homolateral movement and then move into the crossover. So that starts with this marching. So just slapping your right hand to your right knee, left hand to left knee. Not sure what we're at, but about 12 times. So you're signaling to the brain this homolateral pattern. This is A, part A. Staying there, and now we'll move into part B, which is the crossovers. So marching again, but crossing over. You can actually kind of see with your hands that little bit of figure 8 pattern again. Starting to feel a little more energized. About 12 times. Staying there. Okay, and so next we're going to start with, we're going to do the body wash. It's coming up to the inside of the arm, at the shoulder. We're going to wash down the inside of the arm, out the fingertips, up the outside of the arm, across the body, down the abdomen, down the leg, and out the bottom. Same side, or same thing on the other side, across the body. Breathing out and out. So we're just smoothing out all this chi. We're like reorganizing the energetic body. So we're using that same analogy of the hands to guide the energy, to smooth out any holes or rigidness or just rigid patterning in our energy. Again, a few times on each side, and just find this like smoothing motion just very relaxing. We'll do one more on each side. Breathing in, out. Just pausing here. This especially feels nice to do outside, but if you can't, it's not always possible. We will now move into some movement for the spine. So just gently swaying back and forth. This one is called Dragon Wags Its Tail. So you're just moving the spine from left to right. So we're getting that movement, which is not very often, especially if you're sitting at your desk or working. This is not something you're doing very often unless you're dancing, which is nice too. But now you can feel all this spine opening on the sides, which feels super good because that's where a lot of chi gets stuck, and our spine is such an important highway of chi. So if you just feel that and kind of feel it loosening up and going back into flow, we'll now begin to do that, bending over. You can move your arms if you like. If it's too much on your back, you can go back to standing up. Getting that chi unstuck and flowing like water. Beautiful. Now we're just going to stay in. Go down with the head to a full forward fold. Stay here, stretching out the backs of the legs. We're now going to massage down the backs of the legs. So this is starting up that, circulating through the bladder meridian. When you think about it, you're sitting, this area gets super tight. And it's kind of sitting on a chair on a surface. So we're activating that. Now begin to slap it, which feels also really good. Slap down the backs of the legs. And then nicely just brush it off. Now we're going to place our hands in front of us, one hand on top of the other, and moving up. We're going to begin to stretch the backs and the front of the body. So scooping up, a little bend backwards, and folding over at the waist. So working on the mobility and the flexation of the front of the back and the back of the spine. Also have some very important meridians here. The renmai and the dumai. The front and back. Breathing in, up. Release. And we're just going to one more time here. A little back bend and the arms come down. Going to bow chi, holding the hands here in front of you. We're now just going to do an integration flow to wrap it up, starting with the left hand, gathering all the chi, drawing it down, bringing it down. Right hand. One more time on each side. Just step the feet together and let the chi flow. Thank you for joining me, and thank you for practicing.